This, I lost too much time in there. Yeah, man, 95. $95 helps with environmentals. I'm surprised. I don't think I've ever forgotten to open this door by switching that puzzle. I don't remember ever forgetting that. Early on, I thought for sure that I'd forget it, but of course now that I've said something, I'll probably forget next run. What do I keep? Getting confused between that one and like the similar one in the query. Hey, thanks for the host, Gimlo. Gimlau. I'm sure you pronounce that. How's it going? Pretty good for me. Oh, just Jim? Okay. Jim is fine with me. Oh god, please. Sometimes I can do those just fine, and other times, like, stumbling all over those puzzles. Alright, that's probably my best symmetry split ever. Pretty sure. Fuck. Not mean to do that one. Yeah, get the partial splits that I had from last night. Alright, tested out some of this time. No. Wait. I thought I was gonna get down there, but I did not. Gotta beat Sabo too. Come on. That's totally wrong. Oh, why would I go? Yeah, I've started grabbing that puzzle before coming over here. While waiting for the water to warm off. Pretty good desert time. It was almost sleet. I need to remember to send the boat to Colors Dock. Hey Umpire, how's it going, man? Thank you for the host. Oh my god. I need to... find those harder to do at the angle like that. I should probably just not. Doing pretty good. Off to color. This direction. Shouldn't matter what speed, but we'll send it 5 anyways. Now this is the part I do different from these. I do these from down here. Pretty sure it's faster. So then you can just get right on this thing. You don't have to like transition onto it. This. One of these days I'm gonna like screw up that puzzle and not notice that the sound signified that I did it wrong. It's gonna suck. The bot votes over it to public talk. Nice. almost sub 20 freaking query. Oops. Really good start. Theoretically, I should have no problem hitting the 41. Hello, Riviet. My estimate, well, I hope to be sub 2 hour 40 minutes would be my hope. If I had to make an estimate, it'd be like 2:43 plus or minus a few minutes. God damn it. I forget what the freaking start is, cause it's really stupid time loss. I need to get better at Forest. I do it a lot slower than I should be. I don't know them, but I heard they did it on PS4, or claim to. I don't know, it sounds fishy to me. I think it should be DQ'd personally. Forest Goose. Alright. So here's where the first detour is. No.
So, by a backhanded, upside-down argument,
So it's absolutely simple. What I have to say to you.
Or uranium, or you. This stuff's easy to take.
I'm that it's slightly better.
This scientific knowledge is hard to take because it removes the original crutches.
We should. We're gonna be late still. But we should be able to catch the 41. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time for the cloud cycle as long as I don't really screw up jungle here. I'm good. Want a yes or no? So now I can find the right spot for that sometimes. Can answer that in a sec, it's just kind of hard to read it right now. So reasonably possible to get attention. You could definitely do it, yeah. I'd say yes. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not unreasonable. Almost forgot this. Come on. I hate this one sometimes. Like when it's that close, I find it hard to tell like where I need to move sometimes. That's it. I raised to the platform, right? It really suck if I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. I did that in an any percent run once, I'm pretty sure. Forgot to raise this thing. Alright, see ya, Umpire. Thanks again for the post, man. Damn it. Stupid time off. What iron am I going? God damn it. +5 is not required to get there, no. Please click the circle. On my test run of this yesterday, I literally got the clouds at like 41:55. It was pretty much at like the last possible moment, almost. So glad to see I can hit it a little more comfortably. Alright, Moat, thanks. And good luck on your quest. That split is a little misleading because I had to not get the colors laser the last time I did this because I was cutting it so close to the cloud cycle. So I'm not actually that far ahead. Definitely saved a lot of time though. Like, I was getting clouds right about now. Last night. Wait, why is boat not there? Did I send it to the wrong place? Did I send it to freaking Swamp? I probably sent it to Swamp like an idiot. I know I sent the boat and I heard the... I heard the thing go off, so I mean I know I sent it. I must have sent it to Swamp. That's unfortunate. Oh, can I... 522 club. Yeah. When there's one more and you have no idea where it is, that can be... You might not. At least now without a hint. Alright, let me do something real quick. Mouse strats. No, you can always reload your game. You'll never lose progress by doing anything in the game. And that elevator is the only thing where you're forced to reload a save to get. But yeah, as William Sem42 said, you need all 11 lasers. It's the first thing if you don't have that. That was about almost perfect timing on that. Should be decent renewal cycle. If you have time, should grab this thing. He's ruled. He's gone. I know, man. I need to figure out the windmill strats. It saves so much time here. If only I knew the patented controller strats to speed this spot up. Bedouin RNG. done with this godforsaken boat section. By almost, I mean there's like 5 minutes left. Not far enough? Jesus. Yeah, definitely get it. Yeah, man, you just spoiled that there was spoils. It's going. I didn't know there was any spoilers in this game. I thought this was a spoil-free game. The nerve of some people. It's funny too for this game, because like, right in the first like 2-3 minutes, there's like some of the biggest spoilers. Let's not overshoot that. Go actually... It doesn't matter as much for this. This route, actually, now that I think about it. You don't want to do it, but it's not as... Or no, it is. I still need the freaking environment puzzle. Damn. Yes. Really need to work on the timing for that. I consistently overshoot it by a little bit. Like, just enough to get it to turn around on me. Well, you're probably going to have a bad cycle if we hadn't overshot the dock anyways. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. Probably didn't actually lose this any time. That was a really fast turn. Make it stop. Yeah, the challenge has classical music. 2 songs. Alright, so we sent the boat back to keep so that we can get the boat environment puzzle. Hopefully. Oh my god. Will you please? Not a good start to choose. Oh, and Zam, I just recently started doing this. I sniped these from over here instead of walking to them. It's definitely faster, especially doing that. It's definitely faster to go this way. Like, you can still hear them forming right now. Keep forgetting there's a faster way to do that panel. I keep forgetting to look up what it is, or just figuring out on my own what it would be. Oh my god. Ugh. Nope. What am I doing? Completely forgot about the music. That was not the proper way to snipe them. That was not a good trees at all. It's gonna make the... I mean, I'm not gonna miss the boat cycle because it's going so slow, but it might put it in an awkward position to snipe the the speed panel. Ship next. There's the boat. One speed is so slow. But the idea is I'm gonna do wreck ship and then on the way back I'm gonna snipe the speed up panel. I hate when this happens. You're in the right spot for one of them, but not the others. So annoying. Hey boat, how's it going? See, like, I need to get closer. I don't know. I don't need too far behind. And now we race it to the finish. Unfortunately, I'm almost positive. Like, I didn't even bother testing 5 speed because 5 speed is 3 times faster than 4, so I'm pretty sure that you can't outrun 5 speed, so. Bullshit. Wait. It's definitely more flexible on the boat, because you can pretty much, you have so much timing leeway there. I mean, ideally you get there as soon as possible, obviously, but I happen to have a bad trees, but it's still fine. Why did we save so much time on Castle? I can't remember what happened last night. Nope. Alright, and since, let's see, I think I had skipped getting both this on the way, which doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter when you get it. I think it's better to get these at right after trees instead of after castle. I think. Only by a little bit though, I don't think it's a huge difference. And there is so much leeway on the boat timing that it should be no issue. Push it. I was not paying attention. Yeah. reason why it's both. Mouse strats. I haven't failed with mouse in a while. I don't know if I'm just getting lucky. Like, holding the cursor right where the shadows meet seems to be working. I haven't failed it ever since I started. Now, this one I'm not sure on. Like, sometimes it doesn't immediately work on that second one, but I still haven't failed that in quite a while. Puzzle in the game. Seems like pretty good pace. Be a lot better. And what I loved the most about getting clouds earlier is that your speed from that point on like isn't dictated by needing to catch a good cloud cycle anymore. You can just go as fast as you want without worrying about it affecting the cloud cycle. wasn't time for that one yet. That time lost though. God damn it. Yeah, that's interesting that you have like the opposite problem of having trouble getting it to fail. I didn't pick up the 2 environmentals here when I got clouds, so I'm gonna get them now. I don't think it shouldn't matter when. I choose to do them later just because that's when I'm used to getting them, is after Swamp. Oh my god. Seriously? Really? Bug. Yeah, I mean, this is best pace I've ever had into a mountain, not being held back by the cloud cycle. Come on. No. But usually these panels are fine, like sensitivity-wise. Because like panels do vary how sensitive they are, which is possibly one of the most annoying things in the speedrun, honestly. Like if every panel was just consistent sensitivity, you could like, you know, just get your perfect sensitivity setting and everything would be consistent, but varies a lot from panel to panel. I think I always forget to grab that right away, but I always remember that I forgot. I think I like always remember. Usually I remember when I'm like going down the elevator. It's like, oh yeah, I need to grab that when I get back up. That's usually what happens. I lost so much time after I got clouds too that I could be like 2 minutes faster here easily. Up. Yeah, I got it, thanks. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, man. Focus on the run. Jeez. I can't remember who I saw doing these like this. Also, that's right. Oops. Almost didn't see wanna do that. Gold. I always try to do those in the wrong order first. What did I thought that's what I did. I hate when I, like, get something wrong, but and then I do the same thing and, like, I don't know. I thought I did, that's what I did the first time, but apparently not. Apparently not. Who would even like a sandwich? I mean, come on. You ever seen me with a sandwich? Click in the center. the intro. This run is going fairly well, yes. Looks like I'm gonna get a 137 something on Eclipse, starting Eclipse. Which is pretty damn good. But there's still a challenge to worry about though. Please go to that.
At 1.7 megahertz, 6 bytes of memory, and a 64-character black and white text display. The only storage was a cassette recorder.
Alrighty.
All this could be yours for the low, low price of $599.
I don't think I've missed anything.
The store I was working in had seen better days.
So it's really just a matter
At one time,
of
it had been near the center of a thriving commercial district. But like so many
getting
other
first
New England
straight challenge.
cities, the advent
Like,
of
let's see, even
shopping
if I have a
malls had,
fat,
by the early
let's
70s,
say I have like a 5-minute
turned it
challenge.
into a ghost town. Worcester's
still-
solution to this problem was decisive, to say the least. The city's elders apparently decided that if they couldn't beat them, they would join them. And so, several square blocks at the heart of the city were bulldozed into oblivion,
Oh, we'll see.
destroying dozens of family businesses,
I have a decent shot.
including
at
the site of a pharmacy once
sub 240
operated
though.
by my great-grandfather.
This
In their
depends
place
on challenge.
was erected a vast 3-level shopping complex with cinemas and a food court. When the dust settled, only a few forlorn blocks of the old Worcester remained
Alright,
standing. My Radio Shack store was in one of those blocks.
I'm gonna take
Then,
a
to add
quick
insult
break.
to injury, Radio Shack opened a brand new location
but I will be
inside
back.
the shopping center,
I'll
less
play
than 500 feet from my store.
some Super Nintendo.
So now, patrons had a choice between a
something or other.
clean, well-lighted establishment with uniformed security
But, I'll be
and
back
acres
in
of
a
convenient
few
parking,
minutes or so.
or a shadowy hole in a seedy old
BRB.
ground with a new computer. I taught myself basic programming. Then I learned Z80 assembly. Both, of course, so that I could write games. I also created self-running animated demos, which ran all night in the store window for the edification of the winos who peed in our doorway. Strangely enough, the few customers we had didn't seem to be interested in our new computer, even after the 16K memory upgrade. In fact, most of the people who set off the buzzer on their way through the front door weren't there to buy anything at all. They were there to exploit a free promotion, which was the bane of Radio Shack employees for over 40 years. The Battery of the Month Club. The idea of this promotion was simple. Customers got a little red card upon which was printed a square for each month. 12 times a year, the lucky sales clerk got to punch out a square and give the customer one brand new AAA, AA, C, D, or 9-volt battery. Of course, customers weren't allowed to choose just any grade of battery. At the time of my employment, Radio Shack offered 3 different levels of battery excellence. First were the alkalines, powerful, long-lasting, and expensive, hanging behind the counter like prescription medication in gold-embossed blister packs. These were most certainly not available through the Battery of the Month Club. Next were the high-end lead batteries, sturdy, dependable batteries, moderately priced, and prominently displayed near the front of the store. These were also not available through the Battery of the Month Club. Finally, at the bottom of the barrel were the standard lead batteries. These were literally piled in barrels, cunningly located way at the back of the store, in a dark corner near the TV antennas. Remember TV antennas? Customers who came in looking for their free Battery of the Month had to walk the entire length of the premises, past the CB radios and stereo headphones and remote-controlled racing cars. Nothing would stop them. On the first day of every month, like clockwork, those customers came in waving their little red cards. I would look up from my programming and wave them to the back of the store. It didn't matter that the batteries were only worth 29 cents. It didn't matter that most of them were already half dead. They came, they grabbed. And as far as I can remember, not one of them ever paid for a damn thing. I was such a crappy salesman. I was young and foolish. I thought my education in game design was happening at the keyboard. I almost missed the lesson coming through the front door. Fortunately, I wasn't the only person fooling around with games on micros. All over the country, people like me were experimenting. Scott Adams was coding what would soon become the world's first commercial adventure game. Remember adventure games? My future employer, Infocom, was being founded, along with other legendary companies like Online Systems, Sirius, Personal Software, and SSI. Those were exciting times. Teenagers were making fortunes. Games were cheap and easy to build. The slate was clean. But in 1979, the biggest news in gaming had nothing to do with computers. On the morning of the autumn equinox, September 20th, a new children's picture book appeared in the stores of Great Britain. This picture book was rather peculiar. It consisted of 15 meticulously detailed color paintings, illustrating a slight whimsical tale about a rabbit delivering a jewel to the moon. On the back jacket of the book was a color photograph of a real jewel, shaped like a running rabbit, 5 inches long, fashioned of 18-karat gold, suspended with ornaments and bells, together with a sun and moon of blue quartz. According to the blurb underneath, this very jewel had been buried somewhere in England. Clues pointing to its location were concealed in the text and in the pictures of the book. The treasure would belong to whoever found it first. The book was called Masquerade. It was created by an eccentric little man with divergent eyes and a talent for mischief named Kit Williams. Within days, the first printing was sold out, and the empire that never sleeps found itself in the grip of rabbit fever. Excited readers attacked the paintings with rulers, compasses, and protractors. Magazine articles and TV specials dissected the clues, floated theories, and followed with keen delight the reckless exploits of the fanatics. One obscure park, unfortunately known by the nickname Rabbit Hill, was so riddled with holes excavated by misguided treasure seekers that the authorities had to erect signs assuring the public that no gold rabbits were to be found there. Some hunters ended up seeking psychological counseling for their obsession. The craze leapt over the Atlantic Ocean and invaded America, France, Italy, and Germany. It sold over 1 million copies in a few months, a record unrivaled by any children's title until the advent of Harry Potter. Over 150,000 copies were sold in foreign translations, including 80,000 copies in Japanese, despite the fact that the puzzle was only solvable in English. It didn't matter that the Masquerade jewel was only worth a few $1,000s. Many seekers spent far more than that in their months of exploration and travel. It was the thrill of the chase, the possibility of being the one. Treasure hunts, secret messages, and hidden things seem to exert an irresistible appeal. They're fun to look for and to talk about, and this fact of human psychology has been exploited in computer games since the earliest days. It finds expression in the hidden surprises we call Easter eggs. Atari's Stephen Wright is credited with coining this term in the first issue of Electronic Games magazine. The first Easter egg in a commercial computer game appeared in an early Atari 2600 cartridge called, simply enough, Adventure. By a sequence of unlikely movements and obscure manipulations, players could discover a secret room where the words "created by Warren Robinette" appeared in flashing letters. Over the decades, Easter eggs and their evil twin, cheat codes, have become an industry within an industry. Entire magazines and websites are now devoted to their carefully orchestrated discovery and dissemination. They're part of our toolkit, our basic vocabulary, the language of computer game design. Computer gamers may have been the first to refer to hidden surprises as Easter eggs, but we certainly weren't the first to use them. Painters, composers, and artists of every discipline have been hiding stuff in their works for centuries. The recent advent of VCRs and Laserdisc players with freeze-frame capability exposed decades of secret Disney erotica. Thomas Kincaid, the self-appointed painter of light, amuses himself by hiding the letter N in his works. A number beside his signature indicates how many N's are hidden in each painting. Picasso, Dali, Raphael, Poussin, and dozens of other painters concealed all kinds of stuff in their paintings. A favorite trick was hiding portraits of themselves, their families, friends, and fellow artists in crowd scenes. El Greco loved dogs, but the Catholic Church forbid him from including any in his sacred paintings. So he hid them, usually within the outlines of celestial clouds. Composer Dmitri Shostakovich chafed under the political censorship imposed by the Soviet Ministry of Culture. His symphonies and chamber works are loaded with hidden signatures and subversive subtexts, which, had they been recognized, would have sent him to Siberia. Mozart's opera, The Magic Flute, is filled with musical allusions to the rituals of the Freemasons, the ancient secret society of which he and his mentor Haydn were members. But the most famous purveyor of Easter eggs is that champion of the late Baroque, the ultimate musical nerd, Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach was a student of gematria, the art of assigning numeric values to letters of the alphabet. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, etc. By comparing, sequencing, or otherwise manipulating these numbers, secret messages can be concealed. Bach took particular delight in the geometrical numbers 14 and 41. 14 is the sum of the initials of his last name. B equals 2, A equals 1, C equals 3, and H equals 8. 41 is the sum of his expanded initials, J.S. Bach. These two numbers show up over and over again in Bach's compositions. One of the better-known examples is his setting of the chorale Vor deinem Thron. The first line of the melody contains exactly 14 notes, and the entire melody, from start to finish, contains 41. Another of Bach's favorite games was the puzzle canon. A canon is a melody that sounds good when you play it on top of itself, a little bit out of sync. Frere Jacques and Row, Row, Row Your Boat are familiar examples of simple two-voice canons. But a canon can employ any number of voices, and you don't have to play each voice the same way either. You can change the octave, transpose the key, invert the pitch, play it backwards, or any combination. Finding melodies that make good multi-voice canons is a fussy and difficult art, of which Bach was an undisputed master. Now, in a puzzle canon, the composer specifies the basic melody and the number of voices, but not the relationship of the voices. The student has to figure out the position and key of each voice, and whether to perform them inverted and/or backwards. Bach wrote quite a number of puzzle canons. The most famous, BWV 1076, is part of a fascinating story. One of Bach's students was a fellow by the name of Lorenz Misler, founder of the Society of Musical Science. This elite, invitation-only institution devoted itself to the study of Pythagorean philosophy and the union of music and mathematics. Its distinguished membership reads like a who's who of German composers, including Handel, Telemann, and eventually Mozart. Applicants for membership in the society were required to submit an oil portrait of themselves, along with a specimen of original music. With nerdly efficiency, Society member number 14 decided to combine these admission requirements into a single work. He sat for a portrait with Elias Haussmann, official artist at the court of Dresden. This portrait, which now hangs in the gallery of the town hall in Leipzig, is the only indisputably authentic image of Bach in existence. The Haussmann portrait shows Bach dressed in a formal coat with exactly 14 buttons. In his hand is a sheet of music paper, upon which is written a puzzle canon for 6 simultaneous voices. In 1974, a manuscript was discovered which proved that this canon was the 13th in a series of exactly 14 canons based on the ground theme of the famous Goldberg variations. As if these musical gymnastics weren't enough, Bach liked to hide messages in his compositions by assigning notes to the letters. His initials, B-A-C-H, correspond to the pitch sequence B flat, A, C, and B natural in German letter notation. This theme makes its most memorable appearance in the last bars of his final composition, The Art of Fugue, published soon after his death in 1750. The word fugue comes from the Latin fuga, which means flight, as in running away. So the art of fugue is the art of flight, the art of taking a theme and running with it. Bach wrote hundreds of fugues, but none as sublime as this sequence of 14. In the last and most complicated fugue in the series, the first and second sections develop normally. This is followed by the B-A-C-H signature, and then suddenly, without any warning or structural justification, the fugue stops, dead in its tracks. One of the composer's 20 children, his son Carl Philipp Emanuel, claimed that Bach died moments after those last few notes were written. This story is probably apocryphal. The Easter eggs in Bach's music are a pleasant obscurity, known chiefly to professors and students of Baroque music. But in March of 2002, when this lecture was first delivered, those Easter eggs were the talk of the entire classical music industry. Sitting near the top of the classical music charts that month was a compact disc on the ECM label called Mortimer. It was performed by the Hilliard Choral Ensemble, together with a talented but, until then, little-known violinist, Christoph Poppen. The music on Mortimer is based on a geometrical analysis of Bach's Partita in D minor for solo violin. This analysis, by German professor Helga Thon, assigns numeric values to the duration of notes, the number of bars, and the German letter notation of the partita. In doing so, she claims to have discovered the complete text of several liturgical ceremonies encoded in the note.
In the what? Alright. Time for some Super Nintendo. Enough for SNES practice, yes. If you start it at the perfectly optimal time, it'll be approximately 55 minutes and 30 seconds. But you have control over how far into the video you start it. So you can, you know, start it earlier into the video than you have to, basically. On average, it probably ends up being like 56 minutes. The full video is like 58 minutes, I think, if you start it right at the beginning. It's a pretty good talk, honestly. I mean, obviously, speedrunning the game, you know, listening to it over and over again isn't necessarily a thing you'll want to be doing, but it is a good talk, though. It was a talk at a GDQ, or not GDQ, GDC. I forget which year, but GDQ. That was close. Yeah. I haven't done that in ages. Well, that I've done recently. Yeah, too early. Stairs. Please. Bad time to look away. I thought I could navigate my way properly, but I was mistaken. Okay. Sure. enough time for that. Maybe I should have started 1-3. This is... Nah, not Mario. No one likes you, Mario. Go away. Well... Then I'll just start from 1-1. God damn it. I haven't done that in a while. That was close. Freaking fire, man. Ah. Pretty slow. God damn it. I hate when I do that. A little over halfway there. Valley's weird. Stardew Valley. Seems to be a pretty good game, based on how many people are playing it. And from what I've seen of it. I feel like I would... I feel like that's the type of game that I would enjoy in general. But I'd rather be playing other things with my time. Like, overall. Seems like a cool game, though. Worth it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're really into that type of game, it definitely seems worth the buy. Nice. That was a good 2-4. That was close. Oh, bastard. Why do you do it? He was like just under my 2 fireballs, and then I couldn't fire another one 'cause I can only have 2 fireballs at once. Oops. Hit the backlit. I tell ya. Oh god. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was gonna kill him or not, so I didn't want to rush forward. Oh, God. That's exactly what I meant to do. Alright, let's see if we can get past the water level this time. Wow. Are you kidding me? I jumped too late, so I tried slowing down. But I slowed down too much. Damn it. Yeah. Really need to stop jumping there. Alright. We've been making it into World 3 a decent amount. Not too bad. Okay, that's a new one. I jumped too far. In case you didn't notice. How much time is left? It's getting close. Ish. It's like 6 minutes or so. No, probably closer to 7. I think I'll do one more. Well, one more once I get fire, anyways. If I get fire, I can always pause it and finish it later. Aw, really? Alright.
Inside the case,
Alright.
sealed beneath a
Now we
thick
wait
sheet
for
of
this to
glass,
finish.
lies a large, open book. A plaque on the case identifies this book as a first edition of the King James Bible, published in 1611, when Shakespeare was 46. not many pilgrims visit this side of the altar. Most of those that do simply glance at the book, read the plaque, and move along. A few, more observant, note that the Bible happens to be opened to a page in the Old Testament, the book of Psalms, chapter 46. No explanation is given for this particular choice of pages.
Alright, well, let's pray for a
initiated,
decent challenge.
None is necessary. If you are of inquisitive bent, if you are intrigued by English history and literature,
Even a mediocre challenge
if you value your peace of mind, cover your ears
might be good enough.
now. In the year 1900, a scholar noticed something about the King James translation of Psalm 46. Something terrifying. Something wonderful. The 46th word from the beginning of Psalm 46 is shake. The 46th word from the end is spear.
No shit.
There are only two possibilities here. Either this is the finest coincidence ever recorded in the history of world literature, or it is not. The Earth revolves around only one sun.
Yeah, but if your ears are
And
covered, how
has
do you know when
only
to
one
uncover
moon.
them?
The moon happens to be 400 times
Didn't think
smaller
of that one,
than
did
the
you?
sun. The sun happens to be 400 times farther away. And the apparent paths of the moon and sun in our sky happen to intersect exactly twice every month. Which means that every now and then, at long yet precisely predictable intervals, the lunar disk slips across the face of the sun and just barely conceals it for a few wonderful, terrible minutes. A fine coincidence, no?
Yes.
In June of 1977, a little man with divergent eyes and a talent
Why do you gotta call
for
him little?
mischief ascended a hilltop
mean.
in the British village of Ampthill. At the summit of this hill is a tall, slender cross, a memorial to Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of Henry VIII. The sun, high in the south, cast the shadow of the cross upon the grassy hillside. At exactly 12 noon, the man removed from his pocket a bar magnet. He turned the magnet so its north pole was facing south and buried it under the shadow of the cross. 2 years later, a few hours before
Almost
the publication of his first book, the man returned to that hillside, this time in the dead of night. He used a compass to locate the magnet he had buried. In that same place, he dug a hole in the ground and placed inside a ceramic container inscribed with the following words: I am the keeper of the jewel of masquerade, which lies waiting safe inside me.
Alright, so we want about there.
And about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views.
Alright. Time to get wrecked by the challenge.
Or you. This stuff's easier to fix.
Please. Not a horrible one. Oh, wait. Okay. Not horrible. Okay, that was right. Dismiss this. So this. And then... That. Come on, be an easy one. Be a pal. Holy shit. Oh man, this is 239. Assuming I didn't miss anything. Or is it 238? I think it's 238. Click the dot. A what? 523, 135 plus 6. Oh man. This was supposed to be a test of the alternate routing, not world record by however many minutes. God damn. How long was that challenge? That was a sub 4 challenge. Yeah, that's what I wanted. 3:15.